I remember like whenever she cleaned, like we would have to help her clean. Like somebody would either have
Yes.
to dust
Dust.
or vacuum clean the bathrooms. Like whenever, like it was
Okay.
like once a week she'd clean or
Yes.
on a weekend or whatever, and we would have to
Yeah.
help do that.
Okay.
But otherwise, I think it was like just being responsible for your stuff, like clean
Right.
up your stuff, clean
Your
up
own
your room, make
space.
your
Yeah.
bed, like clean up your stuff. Don't just like
Mm-hmm.
leave it around. So I think it
Yeah.
was just like being responsible for your things and cleaning up
Yeah.
after yourself and then helping out basically when you were asked. Like if you were asked to like rinse off the dishes, put them in the
Right.
dishwasher, you did it. Like if you were
Yeah.
asked to go do this, you did it. It wasn't like
Yeah.
this is your daily chore, but if I ask you to do it, you better do it, you know?
Yeah. I think I turned it into a daily chore because I got sick of asking and getting gripe, like
Yeah.
they'd always whine or whatever else. And I'm like, you know what? No, this is your permanent thing. This is what you're doing. That
Yeah.
way, there's no back sass about it because it's your chore. And that's just how we're going to do this. Hi, everyone, and welcome to a brand new episode of She's Got It Together. I'm your host, Jessica.
And I'm Samantha. Each week we peel back the curtain on what it really looks like to have it together.
From the messy moments to the milestones, we're here to share it all.
So grab your favorite drink, get comfy, and let's dive into today's topic.
All right, we are back and talking about the myth of being a mom that has to do it all. There's no super moms here. Well, there are super moms here, but not in the way we think. We don't have
We're
to.
rethinking the supermom.
Yes, we are. There we go. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say here. Thank you, Sam.
Mm-hmm. That's what I'm here for.
Yes, exactly. The other half of my brain. This is going to be a little bit dicey, I think. I can't even get my words out. You're all in for a treat today. All right. So what we mean is we don't have to do everything on our own. We can enlist help. We can not do it all, like just not do it. Like things don't have to be done. At least not
by us every time.
Yes, exactly. I'm missing that point.
I feel like
By
we're just
us.
going. Let me jump in here.
Yes, we're gonna let her jump in because it's just not
So
coming
I
to
feel
me.
like today we just want to challenge that unrealistic expectation that's placed on moms to be perfect and do everything. And I'm sick right now, and I feel like I'm still expected to show up, work, take
Just
care
here.
of Bo, keep the house clean, do the laundry. Like, yes, I work from home, which is great. So if I'm sick, I can show up. But there's just all those demanding life things that I feel like there's all this pressure put on moms to be able to do it all with a smile on your face. And I think we're just here to challenge that norm and be like, hey, if you're a single mom, I mean, heck,
Yeah.
more power to you because, even when I am home with Bo all day and then Brett has something to do at night and I'm there all day, sun up to sundown, putting him to bed, it's exhausting.
Yes.
And you are
exhausting.
doing everything alone. And sometimes you do have to do it alone if you hopefully have a support system, parent, grandparent, friends, people that can
yeah.
just be there to help you. Because even if you do have like a spouse, a partner, whoever, it can be a lot. So reaching out to those like support systems that you have, friends, family, and asking for help, it's okay. It doesn't make you a bad mom or a bad dad
or incapable or anything like
Right.
that. It's a village. You need a village. They've said that
Yeah.
for years, millions of years probably. It takes a village to raise. So it's part of the package. And the other part of that is you don't have to get it all done right now. That's
Yeah.
one of the things I think as moms, we just feel like we have to get all of the tasks, all the chores, everything done now, whether it's just expected of us or if it's just us expecting it of ourselves.
Right.
We can leave dishes in the sink. There can be laundry that's not done. If
There's
we
that
didn't
mom
vacuum
guilt,
today.
you
Yeah,
know?
it's like it doesn't have to be. We don't have to kill ourselves to get it done. Nothing is being harmed by it not being done. I mean, there will be another day. There will be, another hour. We can figure it out. If we need to take a break, we need to, take a nap. It's okay. And I think that that's part of being the super mom, is knowing when to slow down. We don't need to make ourselves sick over doing too much. We need to, be there, be a happy mom, be present,
Right.
For our kiddos.
You want to show up as the best mom, best version of you. And if you're burnt out worrying about getting all this housework done and getting the kids to this activity and making sure like your husband's taken care of or the laundry is done, and you have all these things going through your head and you're just burnt out, you're not the healthiest version of you. And you're not
Right.
going to be able to show up as that present healthy mom or parent for your kids. And again, like that's the thing, it's like a double-edged sword. You feel like that mom guilt for not getting to this,
Which
or
you
not
shouldn't.
right.
There
And then
shouldn't
you
be
feel
any mom
bad
guilt,
when like you
but-
do get to it but you're not fully there,
Yeah.
So it's like it's finding
Which is
balance
more
and just
important.
healthier approaches.
Yeah. You've got to
Yeah.
decide which is more important on that. And I would hope that we all choose our kids and being present. But it's something.
Yeah, it's like, is it okay if you didn't make a home cooked meal today and you just ordered pizza or got a ready-made meal from Costco?
Yeah, right.
Fine. I mean, you don't have to have this beautiful home cooked meal every single night. And I feel like sometimes there's that expectation.
Yeah.
And for some people, that's important and that's okay. You have to decide
Right.
what your like non-negotiables are,
Right.
I
would say
guess,
which
and what's
tasks
important
can
for
be
you.
dropped. Yeah.
Right.
Which ones?
And that's
are,
all a personal choice. So I think that would be a great like exercise. Like make a list of your non-negotiables for like you and your family, of like what you want every day to get done, or what you want for your family every day to be like a priority.
Yeah.
And then the things further down on the list, you can be like, okay, well, I didn't get to that today. That's okay. I can go do that tomorrow,
Right.
or next week or whenever
Right,
it is.
right.
But
In the
just
future.
taking that pressure off, because I think society does put a ton of pressure on moms that you have to be the best,
Expectations,
and show
yeah.
up the best, and have all these expectations. But like, if you're a stay-at-home mom, then or a work-from-home mom, it's like you have to do all the things a stay-at-home mom does, and you have to work, and you have to do this, and you have to do that.
Right.
And then people are like, "Oh, well, you're a stay-at-home mom. You just lay on the couch all day.
Right.
You don't
What's
do
the
anything. You
problem
just
here?"
play with your kids. Like you can,
Right.
you should have time to make a home-cooked meal every day. You should have time to
You
like
have laundry
fold
that's
your husband's
dirty?
laundry.
What the
Like
heck?
it's
Yeah.
like, excuse me, why don't you do my job? That is literally like two jobs in one, and
Right.
then tell me that it's easy and I just sit on the couch all day.
Yeah, right. You're not watching soap operas all afternoon.
Right.
And,
And you know what? If I do that day, if I do watch soap operas all day, who
well,
cares?
hey, yeah.
That's
right.
my prerogative. It never happens now that I have a
Exactly.
child, but it's my prerogative.
Well, maybe if he naps at the right time, you can do that again.
Well, that's the other thing too that's been nice, and I have noticed I need like, because I work from home, I have Bo home full time, I'm doing all the household things, I'm working, and now that he's finally like on a napping schedule, like when he's napping, I try not to work. I try to actually like eat my lunch.
Take a moment for yourself.
Without standing up or eating scraps off of
Right.
his plate, and just like have like a second for myself to decompress, to relax for a minute. I might watch a show. I
Yeah.
might, eat my lunch. I might do something for me, like just like read something. I don't
Right.
know. But it's
Well,
like
just
I am just
something.
trying to be active in that like morning nap time, to just kind of take a break for myself, because
Yeah.
that's the only time you get until they go to bed.
Right, till
And it's
nighttime,
like
yeah.
you have
When
to
you're
find those
completely
moments throughout the
exhausted.
day. Yeah. And just like take a minute for yourself and not feel guilty about it, because that's what you need to show up after he gets up from nap as like the best
Yeah.
version of me. So I've
Yeah.
been doing that, and it's been great for me, and it's been great for Bo, and
Yeah.
I
Well,
don't feel
and
guilty
even,
about it.
like grocery shopping and things. I mean, taking some of those off your list and doing like Instacart or Ship It or something like that. I mean, they don't cost that much more to do that. And even if you do pay the extra $5 or $10, it's sometimes worth it just to, be able to quickly put your order in, have somebody else shop it for you. You don't have to worry about that. Bring it to your door. It's just, it's an hour that you don't have to spend at the grocery store. Just
I feel like
something
some days
simple.
I am like, I do that because I'm like, oh, I can't even think about leaving the house today.
Right. I don't
Like,
have to get
I
ready.
can't do it.
I just,
Right.
yeah.
And then there are other days where I'm like, you know what? We need
want
to get
to.
out of the house
Yes.
and you want to go grocery shopping. And it's okay to do both because I definitely do. I'm like, we need to get out of the house. Bo needs to get out of the house. I need to get out of the house. And then there's other days where I'm like, I do not want to leave. I am probably not even getting out of my pajamas today. We are just hunkered down here. And that's okay too. You just kind of got to, every day is different. You have to decide, you know, what you're capable of that day and what you're just not capable of.
It's like your mood. Yeah. It's just, it's all on your mood. It's all on how the day starts off. I mean, there are some days that.
And I feel like that's where it comes down to like your non-negotiables. Like every day, like I wake up, I'm there for Bo. He is like first priority, all of that. And then there are days where I'm just like, you know what? That laundry can wait till tomorrow. Or, you know what? I'll clean that tomorrow. It's okay. Like you have to be flexible and know that you're not going to necessarily get everything on your list done that day, and that's okay.
Well, and you know, like with us, I'm having the older kids, you know, they have activities after school, so it's like, where are we running to tonight? Obviously, those are priority. We can't just not do those. But does that mean, okay, I'm not going to cook tonight because I'd either have to prep it really early, get it, you know, and then cook it later, or have something going in the crock pot, or, you know, maybe we're going to eat out tonight. You know, we'll grab something we like to get Panera. It's not terribly bad. It's, you know, it's decent food. It's just, you know, it's not McDonald's. I mean, Taylor would live off of McDonald's, but
Brett and I go to Costco, and whenever we go to Costco, we're just eating dinner there with Bo. We get pizza or a hot dog, and I'm like, Costco dinner. It's like $1.50. Perfect.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, no, that works. And it's just, you know, we just kind of make our choices based on what's happening. And, you know, and then with the kids, it's like, we've been kind of pushing more chores on them lately. I mean, I've been swamped with work, and I've been exhausted. Like I have this whole low iron, low folic acid thing going on, and it just can't get it under control, and it's just draining me. So I've got, you know, the kids helping, which they're very capable and should be doing this, but helping me with laundry. You know, Hayden already has the chore of doing the dishes every night. She's kind of slacking right now, so she's gotten a lot of reminders. But, you know,
that's the thing, being able to delegate things to other people, especially when you do have older kids that are capable of helping out and doing chores. It's like, delegate away. Yes. I can't make Bo do anything right now, but eventually he will.
Yeah. And you know, it's good for them. And it's, you know, it's like, that's one thing that I feel like growing up, we really didn't have chores like that.
Not everyday chores, no. But
like,
I remember
make our bed, keep our room picked up, which I failed miserably. But I don't ever remember, like maybe once in a while we'd have to like unload the dishwasher or something, but we never did. I never did laundry, never had to do laundry.
Mom never let us do the laundry. She taught us how to do laundry before we went to college.
Yeah, I was like, she never taught me how to do
But we
laundry.
would have to put it away. Like she'd do the laundry and then we'd have to put our stuff away. But I remember like whenever she cleaned, like we would have to help her clean. Like somebody would either have to dust or vacuum, clean the bathrooms. Like whenever, like it was like once a week. She'd clean or on a weekend or whatever, and we would have to help do that. But otherwise, I think it was like just being responsible for your stuff, like clean up your stuff, clean up your room, make your bed, like clean up your stuff. Don't just like leave it around. So I think it was just like being responsible for your things and cleaning up after yourself, and then helping out basically when you were asked. Like if you were asked to like rinse off the dishes, put them in the dishwasher, you did it. Like if you were asked to go do this, you did it. It wasn't like this is your daily chore, but if I ask you to do it, you better do it, you know?
Yeah. I think I turned it into a daily chore because I got sick of asking and getting gripe, you know, like they'd always whine or whatever else. And I'm like, you know what? No, this is your permanent thing. This is what you're doing. That way there's no backsass about it because you know it's your chore and that's just how we're going to do this. And it works pretty well.
Well, I think that's the thing. You kind of have to figure out what works for your family. Because, like, what worked for us was just being told, or what worked for Mom was, like, I'm just going to tell you to do it. And then other people might need to have a set chore. We were so busy all the time.
You guys were so busy. You're always going
everything.
somewhere. We're not nearly as busy, at least not like that. So this is something, we did discover that I think Hayden, she'll come upstairs and she's like, oh my gosh, I have so much homework. And we're believing her. And
but
then it turns out she might have had homework, but she definitely wasn't really doing it because her grades reflected it this time, which they weren't bad grades. They just weren't.
But she's pretty straight
grades. Yeah, they weren't straight A's this time. So, we're going to be we're a little bit more.
Got to watch her a little more.
Yeah, we're going to pay a little more attention to that because Daddy was doing more dishes for her at night. He'd clean up after and.
So you can get to your homework that you weren't doing.
So I don't think that was happening quite as much as we thought. But yeah,
it's just those teenagers testing those boundaries, man.
I know, man, constantly. And you know what? I never thought I'd be one to fall for it as much as I do, but I do.
You definitely tested the boundaries. So
I did.
You're pretty good with
I know.
With Hayden.
She's not testing the boundaries I tested. She's testing the smaller boundaries,
which is probably best.
It is
probably
best.
For the best.
It's much better than what I did. So yeah, definitely preferred this. But yeah, having kids to delegate them to is much more helpful than not. But if they're like the pickups and stuff like that, having help getting the kids from school if they don't ride the bus and things like that. Mom's picking the kids up, or grandma is picking the kids up today, which is really helpful. So I don't have to stop everything because, taking them and picking them up is like
it
a
takes
whole
a lot of
hour
time.
Round trip for me, morning and afternoon, which it's fine. We do it every day, but
but it does eat up into that time. And if you do have the support system that's willing to help, it's like delegate to those people. Hey, every Tuesday, do you want to pick them up from school? It would really help me out, especially like if they want to spend more time with the grandkids. It's like, oh yeah. And then if they're like, hey, I'll take them for a couple hours after school. They can get their school work done. You can do whatever you need to do, make dinner. So I think just like leaning into that support if you have it, and if you don't have it, maybe like seeking it out. Like there are like mom groups,
neighbors,
there are neighbors,
friends,
like exactly,
kids that
people that you can trust with your
live
kids
nearby.
Right. Yeah, I think that yes, like we are definitely all like super moms in our own way, but don't like hold yourself to like such a high standard that you feel like you're not doing enough or you're not a good mom or you have that mom guilt because you didn't get, you didn't make the heart-shaped sandwich in their lunchbox today.
Right.
I didn't make the cute little sandwich Valentine that I saw on Instagram last night for my kid. Yes, those are all great things. And if you get to them just to make your kid feel a little special, awesome. But if you don't make yourself feel bad about it. You're doing the best you can. You're a great mom, and just don't let those like unrealistic expectations like creep in and like diminish what you're doing every day, because seriously, moms are rock stars. Dads could not do everything we do. It's not possible. So the amount of things that we have in our brain and try to
the brain
articulate
and
my gosh, every night before I go to bed, and granted I'm pregnant, so it's 10 times worse. You're just like rethinking all these things and thinking about all these other things and what you have to do tomorrow. And like, you know what? Brett's over there sleeping soundly, snoring, and I'm like thinking about all the things I have to do the next day, when I'm going to do them, and how I'm going to do them. And
it's like that book.
It's exhausting.
Women are from Venus and men are from Mars, but they talk about how the brains are built, and women have spaghetti brains because the way they think, they're all over the place.
Right, makes
and
sense.
Men are waffles because they're compartmentalized, so they think about one thing at a time.
Right.
Like they don't cross over their little buckets. And we're just everywhere. So it made perfect sense. I'm like, yep, that's how I think. I know. It's just,
and you wonder why, like you just kind of like snap sometimes and are just like, I just need a minute. Mom, I got 20 minutes. I got to figure this out. Right. I was like, they need to be al dente. Okay. Like, let's just get this together. But again, like, I just kind of want to like reiterate the message that you moms are rocking it. And I feel like that's something that you don't get told every day. And sometimes like that's all you need is just be like, hey, mom, you're doing a great job. Like you might have seen or thought about all the things you didn't get to today, but think about all the things that you did get to and like how great your kids are and what they're gonna, remember. They're not gonna remember you didn't do the laundry, but they're gonna remember that you played outside with them,
Right. Yeah,
so
you've
it's
got
just kind of
thinking.
Right.
Think about all the things you did do, not the things you didn't get to.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And being a super mom is not about doing it all. It's about the time
showing
you're
up.
spending. Yeah, showing up for sure.
Thanks for joining us today on She's Got It Together. It's been a real journey sharing and laughing with you all.
We hope you're walking away with a smile on your face and a bit more confidence in your step.
Remember, you're not alone in this crazy ride called life. We're all in this together, one day at a time.
Don't forget to subscribe, leave us a review, and of course, share this podcast with all the incredible women in your life.
Join us next week for more stories, more laughs, and more real talk.
Until then, keep embracing your unique journey and remember, you've got it together more than you think.